show was made possible with the continued support of the WPT Partners, the world's largest online poker network.
Well, hello, all my iGaming friends, and thank you for joining me once again on APCW Perspectives. One of the great things about working in this industry is that we're almost never at a lack for news stories, especially not when you got folks like Andrew Rhodes to keep us entertained. Mr. Rhodes, or Andy as I call him, well, he heads up the gang over at the UK Gambling Commission, and apparently he's heard my complaints and our concerns about just where all those millions and millions and millions of pounds that they collect in fines go every year. So old Andy here has decided that instead of answering that question or simply being transparent, he will instead increase the number of inspections that the commission carries out on operators and increase their fines for regulatory failings. Well, that'll teach us to ask questions. In an ongoing effort to play politics instead of setting forth more realistic expectations for their licensees, the Commission has opted to preserve their jobs and cover their butts by punishing their licensees relentlessly. And what is the UKGC's favorite thing to do? I mean, other than pass out fines and collect monies that no one will ever see again, well, it's to pass out threats about those fines. Only now, they're calling those threats advice. All right, so the commission now advises licensees to cooperate with the commission, to be proactive, and to fess up if they screw up and make a mistake, because failing to do so could, and almost certainly will, bring about even more severe penalties. Aha, there's the threat, thinly veiled, but it's there. I wonder sometimes about Mr. Rhodes, Andy, my old friend. I wonder if he was perhaps teased in school, and now that he's the big cheese, the guy in charge, maybe it's his turn to be the bully. Earlier this week, the APCW released a brand new Zoom interview that we conducted with the Iguana affiliates. I speak with George about their brands as well as their commission structure, along with why they started the program and why webmasters would want to work with them. You can find that interview in the forums at GPWA and on the APCW website. Okay, so let's hit the home stretch with some updates on stories we've previously reported on, starting in the Netherlands with an advertising ban set to go into effect at the first of the year. A ban that prohibits any and all gambling ads where it cannot be proven that individuals under the age of 24 cannot see them. And since the Dutch authorities who implemented this ban know fully well that no such person can prove any such thing for television, radio, billboards, and to a lesser degree online, it's pretty much a blanket ban. Enter the Dutch media company Talpa, who are looking at taking legal action against the ban, but did not specify on what grounds that they would challenge it. So, we'll have to wait, keep an eye on this one. And on our last show, we spoke about some less than reputable behavior by some operators in Australia. One of our viewers, who is from Australia, chimed in about the situation down there in the GPWA forums. It's an interesting post from someone with a front row seat, so thank you to him, and a reason for the rest of us to go check out that thread. Also, there was a recent poll down in Australia, which I found interesting, where 70% want a TV advertising ban for gambling. 70%. Oh man, well, it's their country, and given the number of ridiculous things that have been done recently, I can't really say that I blame them. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up. September is already here, which means it's now just a downhill run into Halloween, American Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And then before you know it, we'll all be together in London again. So looking forward to seeing you in London. I may be getting ahead of myself. God willing, let's start with next week. We're almost never at a lack for news stories, especially not with folks like Andrew Rhodes to keep us entertains. He keeps us entertained. Made it almost 30 freaking seconds into the show before I cocked it up.